Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner wearing the white trunks, representing Team Steels, give it up for Mike Coria. Fighting out of the red corner, now getting panted down by Dirty Dave. That's why they call him Dirty Dave. Wearing the black and red and white trunks. He's a member of Team Cannon. Give it up for Tyler Hayes. How about it for these Capital City Cage Fight ring girls? Another one of my favorites here. Hello.
And so another great matchup, Tyler Hayes versus Mike Coria. Hayes coming out of Team Cannon and Coria coming out of Team Steel. And you see them get their last instructions from referee Dave Hagan, and they are ready to go. Don't know much about Hayes. I did see a former fighter that we've covered here on Northwest Television Sports, and Mike Poor in his corner. And a nice job of Coria with the takedown. Hayes looked like he came in with a strike, and Coria ducked it, went for the takedown, and was able to pull it out. He now has Hayes on his back, and Hayes does a nice job of transitioning, gets to full mount. You see Coria trying to walk the fence there, switch positions again, and Coria just stands up. And it looks like Hayes wants to strike, had full mount position there, or top position, and just gave it up, but Coria looks like he wants to do the exact opposite. He wants to take this fight to the ground.
Both these fighters just full of energy.
Yeah, they are. So already we can see what each of these fighters want to do. It looks like Coria wants to keep Hayes on the ground while Hayes wants to strike. Feels like he has the advantage on the feet. And Hayes gets up again. And he hits him with a nice shot. Coria falls down immediately. He is hurt here. So if Hayes can put together some nice ground and pound, Coria may be in trouble. I think he got his wits back together, though.
This hammer fist straight to the head.
Yeah, Coria was rocked there for a minute. You see him working his legs up to the top of Tyler Hayes. So looking for some type of maybe a armbar, a triangle submission.
You saw an attempted slam, but looks like he just couldn't follow through.
Yeah, Hayes just standing up. He knows he has the advantage, but Coria really just falling into the takedown there. And Hayes just gives it up. And so already it's early in this fight, but we've seen what both of these fighters are after. Coria wants to keep Hayes right here on the ground and work for that submission. He hasn't really been able to get much going here against Tyler Hayes, who has good ground defense. And Tyler Hayes, every time he's taken down, looks like he just wants to get back up and continue striking. And we saw why early. Rocked Coria with a one-punch, almost was a knockout. Rocked Coria. Hayes tried to jump on him, but jumped into guard, and Coria has a good ground game. And there you see Hayes trying to bring up the feet. Has Coria locked in an armbar. Coria with the slam. Maybe loosened up that hold, but Hayes is still hanging on. Hayes may have it. Tyler Hayes working for that armbar, and Coria doing a great job of getting out.
That is amazing strength.
Yeah, very dangerous position for Mike Coria. Locked deep into that armbar. So Hayes been trying to stand up all fight, and there we got to see a little bit of his ground game. Doing a good job of showing defense, but we got to see a little offense there, and that's the end of the first round. And there you see Mike Coria getting a little bit of instructions from his corner, and Mike Poor there in Tyler Hayes' corner out of Team Cannon. And we're getting ready for round two. They're the beautiful ring girls. So a good first round put together by both of these fighters, well matched up. A nice job by Capital City Cage Fights bringing these two fighters together right here on Northwest Television Sports.
And I just want to say thank you to all our camera crew from Northwest Television bringing us these great fights.
Where are you at, fight fans? You stay loud, they'll stay active, I guarantee it.
Yeah, the announcer's exactly right. Two very active fighters in that first round. And let's see if they continue with that excitement, all that energy. Hayes feeling out Coria. Really looking for that big punch. And Coria gets the takedown. And a nice job of sticking with it. Hayes has that neck trapped, but Coria not in much danger here in the top position.
When they're on the stand-up, Hayes doesn't look like he has much offense right now.
Yeah, not too much, but not able to get anything going because Coria gets into that takedown so quickly. But Hayes doing a nice job there of reversing the roll and takes top position. And he works for side mount, but Coria does a nice job of slipping out the back door. And so they are on their feet again. Coria coming in with a nice shot there. Overhand right that connected.
And if you see Hayes, he seems almost hesitant to throw a punch or a kick.
Yeah, and Coria hit him again with a nice shot. So Hayes may have been tiring out a little bit, expended a lot of energy in that first round, and maybe we're seeing the effects of that. Coria getting the advantage here in the second round, standing up, and that may be some trouble for Tyler Hayes. Hayes looking like he wants to strike, and Coria getting the advantage here in the second round. But Hayes has a top position here, almost in north-south position. And he goes for the armbar. He has Coria locked up, but Coria does a nice job of rolling with it. Hayes still working for it. Nice job by Coria pulling out the head.
Coria seems just like he's along for the ride right now. Just wait until it all unveils itself.
Yeah, Hayes had him in a dangerous position there. That's the second time of the fight Hayes has gone for that armbar, and he was pretty close both times. A beautiful transition by Hayes, but Coria keeps rolling with it, rolls right back into full mount. I mean, top position, excuse me. He's in a side mount right now. And a nice job of keeping his right arm on Hayes' neck, keeping his head still, and then raining down the shots. I think Coria is just trying to get that leg loose, peppering him with some shots, try to loosen up his guard so he can transition into full guard here.
And I believe you saw referee Dave Hagan yell 2 minutes until the end of the round.
Yeah, also letting him know just what they're doing now, that if Coria didn't get more busy, he was going to stand him up. And that's exactly what he did. There, Hayes comes in with a beautiful knee. And that's the end of the second round. So a nice fight being put together by these two fighters. And you see there, Hayes really gassed. Both these fighters well-trained, Team Cannon and Team Still, respectively. Two good gyms here in Oregon.
Third and final round. I'd like to know how many of you fight fans are pulling for the blue corner, Mike Coria. And how about it? Let's hear it for the fans, for the fighter out of the red corner, Tyler Hayes.
And there you see the fans cheering for their two fighters.
And one more time, let's hear it from those of you that want to see this fight go to the judges' scorecards.
Boo.
Oh, I fooled you, didn't I? I fooled you.
And so round three, and we're ready to go. And I'm glad I'm not a referee on this one. A hard fight to call. Well-contested matchup so far by Tyler Hayes and Mike Coria. And Coria comes in with a couple good shots and drives Hayes up against the fence. Now hits him with a nice knee to the body. And Coria grabbed the fence, and so they will break them up. Someone is bleeding here. The blood all down Mike Corea's back, and it looks like Hayes is bleeding from the forehead.
Yeah, it's third round. They just want to go.
And Hayes this time with the takedown. I believe that Hayes is tired. The first 2 rounds we saw him do everything but try to keep it on the ground. And now here in the third round, Hayes takes him down and gets immediately into full mount. So Tyler Hayes trying to advance his position, start to work that ground and pound, and that's exactly what he does. Coria gives up his back, and Hayes locks in the underhooks. Looks like he's going for the choke here. Can't quite tell if he has the arm under the throat yet. And Hayes only has 1 underhook currently, trying to lock in that second one, and he does. Now he's looking for that choke. Stretch out Coria.
Well, Hayes also needs to be careful because Coria can slip right out because of all that blood. That's all around right now.
Yeah, that's true, and they are pretty sweaty here in the third round, and you see exactly what can happen. Coria just slips out, just like you had said, and now he is in top position, but Hayes does a nice job of locking him up there in full guard.
Yeah, it looks like this fight's going to come down to the judges.
Yeah, and Coria with the more takedowns in the fight. Hayes has been closer to victory with those 2 arm bars. But if Coria continues to press the fight like this, I think he may pull out the decision. And Coria is locking up an arm here, looking for an arm bar, but Hayes does a nice job of spinning through.
Yeah, he smells blood. He's going now.
Yeah, and Mike Coria maintains side mount. But Tyler Hayes does a nice job of locking up one leg there, excuse me. And I think Hayes has to go. He has to get out of this position and do something a little bit more. I think Mike Coria is going to pull out a decision victory. Last minute of the last round here. And both these fighters need to give it everything they've got here. They're going to stand it up.
Final 10 seconds.
The final 10 seconds left in the round. Who's going to get their win tonight?
Yeah, and they're both swinging for the fences there. And a beautiful flurry to end the fight. And no, Tyler Hayes' hair is not dyed red. That's blood, folks. Mike Coria did a nice job of opening up the forehead in the third round. And you can see Tyler Hayes is gassed, but did a nice job of leaving it all in the ring. And so we're going to go to a decision here. See who pulled out the victory. 2 well-matched up fighters. And there you see Mike Poore in Tyler Hayes' corner with the dreadlocks. And now you see Mike Coria with his corner as well, really leaning on him. You can see these fighters are gassed. They probably would, but I don't think they'd like to go another round. And so we'll get the call, a close fight. Like I said before, I would not want to be a ref in this one. Hard to judge. 2 well-matched up fighters, a very balanced fight. Coria getting a lot of takedowns, but Tyler Hayes pressing the action on the feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges' scorecards have been tallied. Before I read them, how about a big round of applause for both these featherweights? That was action from bells to bells. After 3 hard-fought rounds, judge number 1 scores the bout 29-28 for the blue corner. Judge number 2 scores the bout 29-28 for the red corner.
And we're going to have a split decision here.
Judge number 3 scores the bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision out of the blue corner. Give it up for Mike Coria.
So Mike Coria pulls out the split decision in a tight fight against Tyler Hayes.
And keep it going for his opponent, Tyler Hayes.
And let's see if we can get a word with the winner here. Good fight put up by Mike Coria out of Team Steel. And he pulls out the victory.
And we still have to give the shout out to Tyler Hayes. He did a great job tonight.
Yeah, nice job by both fighters.
Congratulations. Hey, how about it for your winner here? That was a great fight. First one to go to the cards. That looked like you had your hands full. What do you think about your opponent?
Hey, he's a tough man. His stand-up game he had me knocked out for a second. I had to come back on that one.
Talk about your trainers, your schools.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to thank Steel's Karate, Jason, David, my corner man, David, my brother, GMB, El Palacio for sponsoring me, giving me the chance. Thank you, all my family, friends who came out. Thank you. I tried.
Congratulations. That's a tough fight, 3 rounds. We're going to give him a chance to catch his breath and be back in just a minute.